Okay, so if everybody can jump into their command or sorry, into your Keller Williams email and head over to the calendar section. If you don't have access to your email, you can reach out to me or any of the ASCs. We can get you connected with Scott Leroy Marketing and do a password reset. It could happen in about 12 hours time or sometimes 24. So send us a message ASAP. I'll get started with sharing my screen so that you guys can follow along and we'll get on with the class. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat or come off of mute and join me in the conversation. I guarantee your question is something that another person is also wondering or considering too. So if you want to share that to everybody, come off of mute. I am totally fine with this being an interactive class. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now and we'll get started with the calendar app. I'll show you a little bit of a trick that I have to jump into calendar really quickly. Now I'm just finding the share button and we are live. Let me know if you guys can see my screen again for those of you who are here for the first time. If you want to drop your email in the chat, I will save that email and make sure that you get all of the summaries for the next Tech Thursday classes. So, looking at the screen now, this is the calendar view of Gmail. The 9 dots at the very top next to your name is where you can find all of the different apps. So we're in calendar. I bookmark this and it's right there in my bookmark bar simply by clicking this star next to the URL once I arrive on that page. So bookmark this page, keep it safe. If you ever lose track of where the calendar app is, it's always going to be on the 9 dots. Just as long as you are on Google, this should appear too. All right, to get started, oh, we want to go over to create that. It's that button on the left-hand side. As you click on that, it should open up a few action items. This is where you will create a calendar event. This is where you'll create a task. If you want to create a out of office or focus time, what we really want to work on is creating an appointment schedule. And before we move forward to that, I want to go over what's on the left-hand side of the calendar app. So we have a preview of the month. If you scroll down, I haven't really looked for this or used this button here, but I guess you could search for people you have a meeting with. That's really cool. I think that's a new addition. Uh, when you set up an appointment booking link, it'll live right here under booking pages. You might not see that if you don't have any booking links created yet. And then going down, time as insights. That's great. That kind of shows you how much time is being spread out between all different calendars that you have. Um, and then the calendars that I have on display are checked here. Once I unclick those, they all disappear, including my booking link. So my booking link is tied to my work email. That's the first one here, highlighted in blue when I click on this button. So that coincides with the booking pages too, just so you know. If you want to make sure that you're seeing everything on your calendar, click all the available calendars. And then going down a further step to the other calendars tab, we have options for you to, for instance, add in our Keller Williams calendar, the Ben Kinney Brokerage's calendar, your coworker's calendar, or if you want to subscribe to a calendar for, let's say, a webinar series that you have coming up, you can do that here too with URL, or subscribe to a calendar directly through here. All those buttons really fun to play around with. If you have any questions, please let me know. But I do want to draw your attention to this one button here that says create a new calendar. Creating a new calendar is creating one of the calendars that will exist above in my calendars. So depending on how you want to organize your day, I would highly recommend exploring how that would look like if you had maybe a personal calendar, a work calendar. I use a specific calendar for my time blocking. So I've created a calendar for tasks, time blocking, and work just to keep life organized as much as possible. Is it always organized? No, not always. But it's keeping things in order and me less stressed, that's for sure. So in our current calendar, I'm going to be using the one that's tied to my Gmail. When you log in for the first time, you already have a calendar. You don't need to create a calendar. This is just what I had mentioned for creating additional calendars or adding other calendars like we do when we first onboard. We are going to be working in our first calendar, our main one that's tied to our email, the default one that comes up should be the first one under my calendar. So make sure that that's checked. And then we're going to start now. So we're going to begin with creating a booking link that's tied to this email. I'm going to start here with the create button on the very top left-hand corner and go into appointment scheduling. So this is where I can name my calendar. I want to call this my consultation booking link. So whether someone is looking to buy or sell, I'm going to just name it as a consultation. First consultation. Follow along if you can. Consultation. Uh, book a consultation with me. This is what people will see too. So I want to make sure that that name also aligns with what I want them to do. So book a consultation with me seems very direct. How long do I want that consultation to be? Depending on you, you may have it for an hour, you may have it for 30 minutes. I want to move down to the next step here to click on the general availability. So we can have this reoccur weekly, or we can create a custom availability block. So that will give you full control of maybe a month's worth's time or however you want to extend that. I want to focus on having some kind of synergy in my calendar and just block off those times specifically that I want to book appointments in. So if I want to aim, and you could start off by working around what works with your schedule, the family, the kids, or you can look at it at a broad perspective and say, how many appointments do I want to have in 1 week? Do I want to make sure that I'm filling all of these gaps? What is my goal? How do I get to that goal? Does that mean that I have to have every day an appointment day? However that looks like for you. Work around what fits best. So, if I want to leave my availability open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Sundays included, Saturdays included, I will modify them here. So, hours, end, starting time, end time, no time, no availability. That's this button here. Add availability, add another period to this day. So I can add a break in my day. Maybe I want to take off the noontime of every Tuesday because I know I'm super busy. I want to be able to take a break. Don't want anybody to book me without me knowing, because it will happen if you leave your availability open and you send this calendar out, you have it in your signature line. There is a possibility. So if you're going on vacation, we'll go and work on that next step and what to do here. But here's where we can adjust different breaks in our day with this plus button. Now, copy time to all. easier said than done. That works now. I have a block. That seems so weird. The times are all messed up. I don't even have an appointment from noon to 7. Okay, let me just fix that because I want to be able to see this and use it for the tutorial at the end. So I want to make sure that it's right. Another quick tip is if you want to see what it looks like on your calendar, the preview is updating in real time on the middle towards the rightmost side of the screen. So if I'm looking at Thursday and I click on 12:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. That should update it. Times cannot overlap. Oh, got it, got it. Okay, if you guys have any questions, please let me know if I'm moving too fast or if you want me to go back a step. I am happy to do that. We have the whole hour. If we can go through this in 30 minutes, great. I just want to make sure that everybody has the information they need. Alrighty. So as you can see, Thursday has been updated. I have a second block in the afternoon that starts at 12:30 and ends at 7. On Friday, I have 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So I only have one small block right there, and I can keep it like that. Fridays, I want it to be light. I'll leave it there. We are in Pacific Standard Time, and so that's a default. Scheduling window. This is where we can really take control of our calendar and really be specific of the windows of our availability. It is so key to then check on this when, let's say, you are on vacation. And if you're not seeing this window, it's probably because you've not clicked on the drop-down menu right here. So I'm going to click on it again to close it up and open it back up again. So the scheduling window now starts ASAP as soon as I'm done, as it states right here. This option says available now. As soon as I'm done, this link is available to book. If I don't want it to be available until next week, I can set that up right now and have it default to Monday, the 16th, never ends. So it's continuous throughout my calendar. Done. Okay. Maximum time in advance that an appointment can be booked. They can book an appointment 60 days prior. They can book, so I guess that's the span of your calendar availability is only 60 days. You can give them only 60 days of time frame to book. For urgency, I like to keep this at 30 days. Oh, went back a step. Okay. To create urgency, I want to keep this number of days at a minimum. So give people that 30-day window to book. Minimum time before the appointment starts, 4 hours by default. I think this is a safe zone. If it takes 2 hours to travel and get ready, 4 hours will keep me safe. If somebody wants to book a time on my calendar and they can't book as early as an hour from now, 2 hours from now. Adjusted availability. If I'm going on vacation next week, I can go here and then change my availability for that specific day. On Sunday, okay, I said next week, so let's stick to that. Uh, Next Thursday, I'm not gonna be here. So I clicked on this, open up the calendar, click on that date, mark it as unavailable. If I want to only block off the morning time, I can do that. Or Um, keep the morning or afternoon available either way. So it's pretty flexible if you want to book ahead and make sure that your vacations are blocked off from being booked. The next option is booked appointment settings. Create a buffer time. This also kind of coincides with this minimum time before the appointment start that can be booked. So that means when somebody wants to book, they can only book 4 hours from right now. Buffer time is the time in between each appointment that you set. So I cannot have appointments back to back. What do? I need to give myself a 15-minute window to breathe. So this buffer time will allow that 15-minute window. So if ever you just have a full day with appointments and everybody wants to book on Thursday, you will never not have a break. You will always protect your time by keeping the buffer according to what works with you. So that one is a really good one to make sure that you have adjusted buffer time. Buffer time in between each appointments. Maximum bookings per day also gives you control of your calendar. So I can say I only want to have 3 bookings per day. That's as max as I can handle to prepare my presentation for the next one. Want to protect my time until you're super busy. I and that becomes an issue. Keep it at the maximum. That's possible. Guest permissions, if somebody has a spouse that they want to bring into the meeting, they can send them an invite easily if you have this button checked. If not, the only people who can attend are the people who register with this booking link. One party only. So click that if that makes life easier for you to share your calendar invite to multiple people, multiple parties involved, vendors, everything like that. I would keep it checked for the safety. You never know. You never know. The calendars here is where we are going to cement this booking tool. If I want to make sure that this booking tool is defaulted on my Keller Williams email calendar, default calendar, I want to click that. This is already set up in the main calendar, but do I want it on the other calendars? Do I want it available on all of these other calendars, my personal calendar? What is the purpose for that organization? It's just there. Um, It's available on both if you have one on and you don't have the other toggled on. There's no real
What
specific.
about what about your Apple, like if I use my Apple Calendar?
Syncing that back and forth might require an API. If
Okay.
you,
Because
I'm not sure. Go
I
ahead.
use my Apple mostly.
You use your Apple mostly.
So my Gmail connects to the app to my Apple. So if I've got a Gmail, like if I have a Zoom thing, it merges straight with my Apple.
Oh, okay. So you already have that set up. Then I'm pretty sure it could work.
But it's not showing up on my end over here.
The booking
But maybe
tool,
it will show up if somebody does book it, it would show up on my Apple.
that's what I'm assuming. Yeah.
Hypothetically, it should happen. Okay.
Yeah, that's because
Okay.
if it's shared on both end, then if someone books, then you should be able to.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, good question. Okay. One person jumping on. Okay. Then also, this here checks availability on those other calendars. I forgot about that one too. The reason why I want to have it reflecting other calendars too is so I can make sure that it doesn't interfere with any other appointments that I have. So, got it. Last but not least, if you have an assistant on this page, on this booking, last but not least, on this booking page, if you have an assistant that you want to be included, CC'd on any appointments that are being set up with this tool, You can add them here by default so that they're notified as a co-host for any of those upcoming appointments that are booked. Next up, you go on to the next page, you see the final settings for completing this booking link. Book a consultation, summarized, booking page, photo, and name. This pulls in from your Google profile. So you might want to change that if that profile photo doesn't look right for you. You might be needing to jump into settings to change that. Location. You can standardize the location conference meet, or maybe it's a phone call by clicking this button here and selecting Google Video Conference. Maybe it's a specific location, phone call, in-person meeting. You can add that by default. So every appointment already has a Google virtual meeting link, which, by the way, I really love that for the sake of being able to summarize my meetings, being able to, and Zoom does it too, but Google has a video meet option. I use it too by default. It's great. All right. None specify later is also an option, and you can keep that as a default. The description is what people see on the booking page and in the confirmation emails as stated here. So add in that description. Let's play around with it just so we can um, see what that preview looks like. And booking form is the next step. So I'm going to close this. Can I close this? Okay, I can't. I'm just going to scroll down, but it's far down on the very bottom. The next step is to finalize the booking form, what information you want to collect from that booking link, first name, last name, add an item. First name, last name, and email address are added on by default and required. So that asterisk sign right there shows that that needs to be filled out before anybody completes this form. Phone numbers, the next one, required. You can add it as required. You don't have to. It's up to you. Then you can create a custom item. Maybe you want to add a tell me about, or when do you plan on buying? Or are you pre-approved? You can add as many questions as you want, but I would keep it at about 4 or 5 because the more questions you add on, I don't know if people will be so willing to fill out a long questionnaire. So keep it simple. And the majority of the questions could just be addressed during the consultation itself. Require email verification, safe zone for you to make sure people are adding on the actual email address that they're using. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to jump off of mute. Okay. Booking confirmations and reminders. You can set up reminders for your clients that book an appointment with you so that they get that notification prior to your meeting, 10 minutes before, a day before, they get a reminder. I'd like to extend this to maybe 3 days before, in case that's an option, and 1 hour before, 1 day before, and 10 minutes before. I love my reminders. Just love my reminders. Okay. Now I hit save. That link should be available on my calendar. How do I find out where that calendar link is? It's here, or that one, book consultation. It's there. And it's also available on this calendar. The easiest way to find it is in the middle, book a consultation. Then I can do a preview or copy a link directly to send it out. Those are the options that I have. I'm going to hit this preview button so we can all see what we just created. Book a consultation. The description goes right there. Appointment time frame, and people get the option to choose all across the calendar. We've protected our time, so the only availability we have for booking is within the next 30 days. And the next appointment that people can book is next Tuesday. The fun part about it is this is already synced with our Gmail. What can we do in addition to that? So this will not only reflect the time that you have available, but it'll give you options within your email to provide times to your client. Copying this link and adding it to your signature, we'll talk about creating a robust email signature next week with a system called YStamp. Giving you guys a heads up if you want to check it out, ystamp.com. We'll talk about it next week. It's a free booking, it's a free calendar link, but we'll be using this booking link and adding that into our custom signature next week. So copy this, save it, create a QR code, add it on your signature line for the meantime. It's on here. I'll show you a quick preview. But here's how I have it laid out, pretty simple. Click here to book an appointment with me. Goes on every email that I send out. Now, when I'm creating an email and I'm asking people to book a time with me, there is now a new tool here called Help Me Schedule. And it's highlighting my availabilities in my calendar too, if I want to present that in my email and just say, here are the available times that I have upcoming next. But if you want to go ahead and book for yourself, my link is down below. Easy, simple. Um, Not trying to push them to do it, but they have full control. If they want to book a calendar appointment, they can. But I just really love that there's a way to import your availability right here, and it's a Gemini powered tool. If you can see that there's a little star right there. So 60 minutes meeting duration next week, this week. It should reflect that there's no time available for that booking link. And what other tools do we have here? Oh, we can adjust what availability we can offer them. I don't think I saw that last week. We can change the text format. I like that. I like simple. I like clean lines, simple text. And here's where we can suggest availabilities based on all of your different booking tools, booking links. You can have multiple. You can have ones that are specific to sellers or buyers, however you want that customer experience to be. Create that booking link to cater to all of your next appointments. I've created several ones for first appointment, second appointment, and then consultation or what happens after booking a shoot or booking a meeting. But you can have as many as you want. And I guess from here, you can also create a booking page, which is exactly what we just created. So the tools are going to advance and um, just expand, advance and expand. So if you're seeing anything new, you want to explore it with me, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to chat or propose it that we can have it as a topic for our next Tech Thursday classes. But this is pretty much the summary of creating a booking link, how to use it, where to put it, what other tools we can use to make life easier, make life more organized, make life more efficient for clients. So I would hope to see your booking link on your signature line when you email me back. If you have any questions, I'm going to drop my email in the chat right now. But how's everybody doing out there? Drop a out of 1 to 5, how helpful was this tutorial?
It
Drop it
was
in.
helpful. It's just a matter of putting it on the signature line, which you said you're going to go over next week. On how to-
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. And for the sake of today's tutorial, I forget about doing this. I'm gonna delete it. You guys can see if in case you made a mistake and you want to delete the entire booking link. I'm gonna delete mine that I just created so I can show you guys, but also because I forget and I've left it there and things have happened where completely threw me off my day. So, yes, next class is going to be about YStamp, and YStamp is a dynamic signature line that you can add links to, social icons, you can add a banner, photo, change the fonts of your signature. It's beautiful. I love it. I've used it for everybody's asked me how for a signature. I've created a lot of custom ones on there. So, again, if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to help. It was great chatting with you guys today. If no one has any questions, I'm going to throw that out one more time. If not, I will see you guys at the next one. Take care, guys. Thank you.